Hi, Michelle Glass here. Welcome back to another installment in our Chapter 6, Lecture 6 series. We've been talking a little bit about remodeling in our just conversation of different bone cells and when we talked about the osteogenesis process. So let's just take a few more minutes here to focus in on this idea. Remodeling, remember, is, tearing out the old cabinets and sticking in new ones. So in this case, of course, we're not really talking about the kitchen. We're talking about your skeleton. So we are going to be recycling and renewing the components of that bony matrix. This is going to involve actually 3 of our 4 types of bone cells. So we're going to see osteocytes are going to be involved. Remember, these are our mature bone cells. We talked before about them constantly maintaining the bony matrix, and they do this by removing and replacing calcium salts. Then we have these osteoclasts. They are the ones involved in the osteolysis process. So that means to remove that bony matrix. And then our third cell involved, of course, has to be the osteoblasts, because these are our building cells. So these are going to go in and give us some new bony matrix. So they're constantly adding that. In healthy skeleton that's not changing in density at all, you're expecting your osteoclast and your osteoblast activities to be balanced, so that as you're remodeling and you're tearing it down, you're putting in the same amount of bone that you started with, so that your bone doesn't get stronger, but it doesn't get weaker either. Now, there are situations where we need our bone to be remodeled in such a way that is stronger, or be remodeled in such a way that is weaker. So what are the signals for that to happen? Your osteoblast activity will outrank or be greater than your osteoclast activity, resulting in stronger bones when you are doing a lot of exercise. So remember, we talked about appositional growth. The increase in the diameter of your bone is going to happen if you've increased your body size. So if you are exercising and increasing your muscle mass, you're increasing the tension that's applied to that bone. And so you're telling the body that I need my bone to be stronger. And so in that case, you're going to increase your osteoblast activity, so that as you're remodeling, your bone is stronger than it was before. Now, that's not a permanent change, because you're constantly remodeling your skeleton. So if you decrease your level of activity and you lose muscle mass, then the bone doesn't have to be that strong anymore. And so that's a signal that's going to cause your osteoclast activity to be greater than your osteoblast activity, so that as you remodel, you don't make that bone as thick as you did before. So this is dynamic. If you go back to your increased level of activity and your muscle mass, then you're going to make a stronger bone. If you drop off your level of activity and lose muscle mass, then you'll make a weaker bone. Again, this applies to if you're changing your body mass just with adipose tissue. So if you're gaining weight, you need a stronger bone to support that weight. Or if you're losing weight and you're not adding muscle, then you need to, you don't need such a strong bone, and so you'll see it remodeled to be not as thick. And that's it for now.